Showers and storms return to the state on Saturday. Hello, it's forecaster Mark Spencer from Ohio News and Weather. A few of those storms could be strong to severe tomorrow afternoon and early evening. We'll talk about the potential threats in a moment. Temperatures won't be too bad. We'll pretty much be near average for the next several days. Currently on our radar this evening, we have a few showers across the far northwestern Ohio, and we have a few showers and a couple storms there around west central Ohio between Dayton and Cincinnati, around the Springfield area. These are kind of dissipating, but we may see a few bubble up here through the evening into early overnight hours. Could happen pretty much anywhere within this little boundary that's moving through. Models kind of hit and miss on how extensive this gets, but right now I will say overall coverage is less than what has been modeled for this evening, but still certainly possible. Better shower and storm chance, of course, will be Saturday, primarily in the afternoon. We'll take a look at future radar in a moment, but currently temperatures out there this evening where it's not raining. Actually, it's very pleasant out, generally mid 70s across a good portion of Ohio, except for southern Ohio. We're in the upper 70s to lower 80s this evening. All right, so for tomorrow, we do have this marginal risk of severe weather in place across a large majority of Ohio, except for the far northwestern portions of the state. Now, again, it's a marginal risk, so this is about as low as we get. This other color is just general thunderstorm, non-severe type stuff. So this is the lowest severe weather risk level we get, rather, across the state. So we're not expecting widespread, organized severe, every storm going to be severe and dangerous or anything like that. So I'm not going to hype this up or anything, because it's not going to be that type of setup. We have just enough in place that some of the storms could reach severe levels, but not every storm will be. What are we looking at here? Well, we can pretty much forget about tornadoes tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen. It's generally wind and large hail, though it's more of a wind threat than a hail threat. Hail will be with the strongest cells. We do have plenty of moisture in place, however, and with some ongoing flooding still in other places where creeks and streams may still be running high, flooding is going to be probably a more predominant issue than anything else with some of these storms, whether or not they are severe. Future radar will show overnight tonight a couple storms perhaps blossoming there by early morning. This is a mid-morning line that moves through. Not every model has, but then everything kind of blows up here after about 2 o'clock, and it goes into Saturday evening. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, a couple storms early across northern Ohio. Then as we get into Sunday afternoon, we could see some pop-up showers really just about anywhere. I do think it'll generally be west like this model shows. Now the storms that kind of move through late morning, early afternoon tomorrow, I'm not real sold on that particular setup. Not every model has that sort of setup, but it certainly does seem plausible. So we could see that could limit some development later on, but also may not even do much for it either. Could still allow for storms to develop in the afternoon. Again, not every storm will be severe. It is possible your backyard could stay dry. It's not a widespread, huge line of rain moving through or anything like that. It's very possible you could not see anything at all and your day be dry and maybe a touch on the humid side as well. All right, temperatures out there for tomorrow, we're generally going to be in the upper 70s to low 80s outside of the storm. Sunday will be low 70s, mid 70s south, almost chilly feeling. It'll be 50s Monday morning. And then how about low to mid 70s on Monday? Tuesday, generally back to the mid 70s. And by Wednesday, we'll be upper 70s to low 80s once again. Again, a couple of those mornings out there could feel a bit on the crisp side with some morning lows back into the 50s there. Temperatures over the next 10 days. Again, Sunday, Monday is going to be our cool period. Will generally be roughly low to mid 70s for highs, and then we're going to kind of gradually get back up to the low 80s by next weekend. So this is pretty much right around average. For a few spots will be slightly above average. Other spots, well, at other times, like later this weekend, early next week, that could be a touch below average in most spots, but otherwise it'll be pretty comfortable. So that's a wonderful break from, again, that heat and humidity we had not too long ago. Of course, you can get the latest forecast, weather alerts, interactive radar, and much more in our free Ohio News and Weather app. Download it today.